From the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania, WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, March 16th, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. As we told you last night on Late Edition, there is much to be celebrated at the Hazleton One Community Center after stolen computers were returned yesterday. Our Julie Stefanovich has the details.
The Hazleton One Community Center is back in business after 9 computers were stolen from the computer lab over the weekend. Last night, President of the Board of Directors Frank DeAndre was happy to report that 95% of the stolen goods were recovered.
I received a call last night about 7:15, and the individual said to me that he had 3 computers with him that belonged to the community center and that he would like to meet me and give them back to me. He gave me his address. I drove to his house. I met with him. He showed me the computers, of which they were easily identified because they have the Hazleton Integration Project's computer numbers on the bottom of them. And he explained to me that his son had them. He sat with me while we spoke with his son. His son told me where he got them from, who else might have been involved, and through several more phone calls to 1 or 2 more adults, I met with the parents and some more of their sons. And we had a lot of the things able to be recovered.
The computer room was made possible by Billy Rinaldi of Hazleton Creek Properties. Rinaldi didn't hesitate to lend a helping hand when he heard about the theft and damaged equipment.
Yesterday, when the news of the theft of the computers hit the media and the airwaves, Billy Rinaldi contacted me. He didn't bat an eye when he said, "Tell me what was stolen, and I will replace it because we need this in our community." And so that quickly, Billy is replacing the damaged computers so that we can continue to be the center of the community.
DeAndre is thankful for the community's support during the incident and said that a criminal investigation is still ongoing. Children at the center are also elated that they can continue to do their work in the computer lab. In Hazleton, for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thanks, Julie. Last night, Hazleton City Council tabled 9 appointments to the Housing, Planning, Zoning, and Veterans Affairs Boards at the request of the city solicitor. According to the solicitor, he is continuing to look into the issues surrounding Mayor Jeff Cassatt's department head positions. Council President Jack Mundy said they will be voted on at the next meeting.
Yes, we really like to vote on some of those appointments and put some of those people on the boards. Most of them are doing a great job, and we want to get them back. Some of them are reappointments, some of them are new appointments. We're going to do that probably at the next meeting. On the advice of council, there's some issues about advice and consent for all the appointments of the mayor's appointments. So they're getting a ruling together, and on his advice, we tabled them.
Council will meet again on April 5th at 7 p.m. Eric Freed wants changes in his upcoming trial. He either wants it moved, known as a change of venue, or he wants a jury brought in from elsewhere in the state to hear the case, known as a change of venue. Freed is accused of gunning down 2 state troopers at the Blooming Grove Barracks in 2014. Corporal Brian Dixon died while Trooper Alex Douglas lived, though he was severely injured. Freed's attorneys say the case has gotten so much attention that he can't get a fair trial. They pointed to, among other things, campaign flyers distributed by Pike County DA Ray Tonkin in his re-election run last year, which referred to Freed as a murderer. Tonkin is prosecuting the case and looking for the death penalty. Freed remains in Pike County Prison. Police in West Hazleton have released the photo of a man they're looking for in hopes that the public can help. The man seen here wearing the Philadelphia 76ers jersey has been named a person of interest related to a March 9th incident in the borough. No word from police on what that incident was. Anyone with information on this man is asked to call West Hazleton Police at 570-455-3733. All information will remain strictly confidential. The Hazleton Area School District has been awarded a grant that will be used for safer sidewalks for students at Heights Terrace Elementary Middle School. The $1.2 million grant came from the PennDOT Safe Routes to School program. Sidewalks will be renovated from West Samuels Avenue to Poplar Street and East Samuels Avenue and Mill Street. The renovations will include red flashing lights at intersections and wheelchair ramps. Church, Laurel, and Noble Streets and sections near the Beach Street Playground will also be revitalized. The district has been seeking the grant for the last 6 years and believes that it will save money on transportation costs. Construction is expected to begin within the next 2 weeks. The fight over a state budget in Harrisburg keeps getting nastier and more confusing. Majorities in the House and Senate are about to advance a budget for the current fiscal year, but Governor Wolf blasted it. It totals a little over $30 billion and does not contain a tax hike. But Wolf insists a tax hike, if not tax hikes, are needed. He said the plan has a $1.6 billion deficit, though Republican lawmakers say it's balanced. Wolf had asked for a $3 billion tax hike in the 15-16 budget and another $2.7 billion tax hike in the 16-17 budget. While he blasted it, Wolf hasn't specifically said that he'll veto it. The Cunningham Zoning Board will hear more tonight on changing in the zoning in the borough. The hearing will focus on a permit to build a Dollar General store at Woodland Drive and Route 93. Discussions began back in February. Tonight, they will hear from another person on the issue. Once the last witness testifies, those who are against the project will be allowed to testify. The Tamaqua Area School District will have a new superintendent next year. Carol Makuta is retiring. She's been superintendent since 2006. She first joined the district as principal of the junior high school in 1993. Prior to that, she taught English in the Hazelton Area School District. Raymond Kinder will take over in August. He's been the assistant superintendent since 2008. He was first hired as a health physical education teacher in 1994 and became assistant principal of the high school in 1999 and became high school principal in 2001. Well, it's time now for a first look at our forecast. Hopefully we keep that rain away for the weekend. I know there are some more St. Patrick's Day parades. And Gary Perna is in for Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik. He's in the Weather Center with the details. Gary, what can you tell us about our weekend weather?
Well, and, the weekend's starting to look not too bad, and we're going to see some nice weather on Saturday. It's probably going to be the only day we're going to see any type of good conditions. But take a look, last 24 hours across the nation, and the temperature is not really all that bad, except if you were in like Denver and Great Falls, but 90 down in Orlando. Now let's take a look right now. Temperatures are starting to cool off as we move into the overnight hours, or the evening hours, I should say, progressing through here on Wednesday. So live Doppler radar here at home. Nothing really going on, and that's good. We saw some thunderstorms kind of pass through the area earlier. We'll spot a little bit of rain, not too much, but we'll continue to be on the watch for the next couple of hours throughout the night, and we are expecting to see even more of that rain come through the area. So 7 o'clock tonight, you could hear a rumble in the sky with some rain still continuing through 55 degrees, and then at 9 p.m., the rain could still be ongoing, and then tonight 11 p.m. the rain should stop by midnight, but it's not going to be real heavy. There's just some scattered showers still lingering in our area. That's what we can expect tonight. We'll take a look at your 7-day forecast and what we can expect this weekend coming up in just a couple of minutes. Ann?
Thanks, Gary. Coming up next, residents in one part of West Hazelton are complaining about late-night disturbances at a rental hall located in Hazel Township and want supervisors to do something about it. Plus, a look at who President Barack Obama is choosing for the next nominee for the Supreme Court. That and much more coming up here on WYLN News. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Chief Videographer Mike Lula, Weather with Meteorologist Joe Garbacik, and Sports with Eric DeBerardinis.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Combined Insurance makes it easy to protect you and your loved ones by paying cash directly to you when you need it most. Whether you're looking for accident and sickness, disability, or life coverage, Combined Insurance has a policy to meet your needs and fit your budget. Call John Ravello, 570-499-0504 for an appointment to help determine the best coverage for you. That's John Ravello, 570-499-0504.
Some residents from West Hazelton are not happy with noise coming from a Hazel Township business. WYLN's Gary Perna has more.
Residents from West Hazelton want Hazel Township supervisors to take steps to quiet down late-night disturbance at a hall in the township. The residents say the problems are making their lives miserable. The concerns surround a hall that is under the Hazel Park Meats building and a handful of residents that live in West Hazelton. The hall is actually across a lake in Hazel Township. The residents that attended Monday night's meeting are fed up with the noise coming from the building. The building owner, Gary Kreisel, spoke with WYLN News today and said he made a number of changes to the area to keep the noise down. They use what he called noise-canceling panels that they wheel out in front of doors and windows to knock down some of the noise. Kreisel told WYLN that to his knowledge, the hall was not rented out over Thanksgiving or around Christmas, as it was stated at the township meeting. At the meeting in November, he gave borough officials a phone number to the person in charge of the building and told borough officials to call him if they have any concerns or complaints, but no phone call was ever received. As of right now, it is unclear what will go on with the ongoing issue, where Kreisel said he does have the building rented out and will continue to do so. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
Well, coming up next, Gary Perna is back in for Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbaczyk with a full look at our forecast. Plus, President Obama announced his nominee for the next Supreme Court justice. Also, yesterday was Mini Super Tuesday. How did the presidential candidates do in the polls? Stay tuned. More news, weather, and sports is coming your way only on WYLN.
Hello, I'm Paul Esposito Jr. from Victoria's Candies. My family has been serving the Hazelton and surrounding area since 1934. Our secret family recipes and time-tested techniques of making fine candy have made Victoria's Candies your choice for nearly 4 generations. We specialize in Easter baskets and hollow-filled eggs, and we make our own chocolate molds, like the Easter Bunny, the Last Supper, the Cross, an iPod, a cell phone, or a guitar, just to name a few. Shop where the Easter Bunny shops, Victoria's Candies.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer, dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill, and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
I'm Tiffany Cloud, host of The Storm and panelist during WYLN 35's live election night coverage. I volunteer my time hosting the American Cancer Society Telethon and helping plan the Society's Season of Hope Gala. And I also support veteran organizations such as the Valor Clinic, which feeds, clothes, and shelters homeless veterans. I believe it's important to give back to our community.
Well, not looking like a bad day out there across the United States. Current temperatures across the USA: Boston at 46, Buffalo 51, not looking too bad down in Raleigh at 85, Jacksonville coming in at 86. You know what, it may just be worth taking a plane ride down to Florida and visiting Orlando and Disney World. Look at that, 87. I think a lot of snowbirds from Pennsylvania are still down there and they're enjoying those temperatures like they should be. But back here at home, the 50s are where we're at right now, and it's going to stay like that for a little bit Going to get a little colder when we get to the 7-day forecast before it does get warmer. Taking a live look outside. Right now in our area, not much is going on, but we are seeing some rain move through the area. It's now coming in by Williamsport. Overnight, that's what's going to come close to us. As I said earlier in the newscast, we will see some overnight rain through midnight. It should clear out after midnight without any major problems. The past 24 hours here at home, not looking too bad for this time of year. Mount Pocono coming in at 60, 63. In Selinsgrove, we were at like 58 as a high today in Hazleton that we saw up here at the WYLN studios. Now, low temperatures, not too bad either. At least we're staying above freezing. That's the greatest thing I think we can ask for right now. No snow and above freezing. And we've been able to do that so far, but not looking too bad. So rainfall for the past 24 hours, just getting a little bit in that we got in the afternoon, 2/100ths of an inch in Allentown, 4/100ths of an inch out in Selinsgrove. And you can see some of the heavier rain is starting to fall down by Johnstown right now, and that, of course, is moving our way. 55 degrees right now outside the WYLN studios. We received about 2/100ths of an inch of rain here, and that, of course, will go up overnight tonight as we get some more into our area. So up in the Wyoming Valley, Nanticoke, Wilkes-Barre, Kingston, Pittston, and Lehman, not looking too bad. They were in the 60s most of the day with the wind coming out of the south or west-southwest up there in Nanticoke. So not too bad for them. But those temperatures are going to go down over the next couple of days. Currently, it's 64 at the airport in Avoca, 59 at Mount Pocono, and 60 out in Williamsport. So here's the last 6 hours on radar and satellite. And that's what we saw just push through our area. Currently, that's what we just saw, this band come through, and there's a little bit out here now that's going to start hitting our area overnight tonight. But then we're in the clear for the most part, moving through, taking a closer look at home here tonight. So here's what we're going to see Wednesday into Thursday. Not looking too bad. No real rain being picked up. But then Thursday night, a little bit of like a mixed rain moves through by Pittsburgh. Then Friday, a little bit more. Friday night, a little bit more, but it seems to stay out west, so we don't really have too much concern here in northeastern Pennsylvania. Tonight's low temperature is 40 in Wilkes-Barre. Like I said, we're going to see that rain. Mount Pocono, 39, 38 in Selinsgrove, so it's going to dip down there, a little cold tonight. Just be prepared, make sure you have your jacket. But tomorrow's conditions not looking too bad. There's that chance for some rain to stick around, 59 in Wilkes-Barre. We're going to get to about 58 here in Hazleton. And those Skycast temperatures, easy for me to say, are not looking too bad either. In the 50s, down into the 40s overnight, and into Friday as well. And that rainfall, we're gonna fare out with just about 0.100ths of an inch here in our area. Temperatures again pretty much staying 40s, maybe upper 50s. We're not really going to see 60 though here in the greater Hazleton area. 7-day forecast here on WYLN. 57 for tomorrow. That rain still hanging around. There is a chance for some snow flurries. Yes, snow flurries on Friday, but we're going to get that high temperature during the day. We should be okay. Saturday's the pick of the day, 39 degrees. Not looking too bad. The rest of the week, not looking too bad either. Sunday, though, we could see some rain move through the area. Your Pennsylvania winning lottery numbers from this afternoon. Your pick 2, 8-1. Pick 3, 372, and your pick 4, 2771. Stay with us. We'll be right back here on WYLN.
If you're not in danger and you see a crime, text 274-637, 274-637, 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street. Text 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street. No one will know your identity.
Now helping to solve or prevent the crime is just a text away. Text my tips to the word crimes and let the law help you.
We're expanding. WYLN News has a immediate opening for a news reporter and anchor, a multimedia journalist. This is an evening position, a college degree or comparable work experience required. Please send resumes and demo reels to Ann Gamley, News Director, 1057 East 10th Street, Hazleton, Pennsylvania, 18201, or by email news@wylntv.com.
WYLN has strong ties to the community, and it's committed to important causes like the American Cancer Society and Helping Hands Society telethons. WYLN's commitment to Pennsylvania continues with the broadcast of Hazelton's Fun Fest Parade and the Christmas and St. Patrick's Day parades in Wilkes-Barre. In the summer, we broadcast the Weatherly and Giants Despair Hill Climb. And throughout the year, we provide important community services through the broadcast of town meetings, school board meetings, election night coverage, and other community events. WYLN, we're your local network. President Barack Obama announced his nomination for the next Supreme Court Justice of the United States earlier today. Merrick Garland is the Chief Judge of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit. Obama stated that Garland has more federal judicial experience than any other Supreme Court nominee in history, and that no one is better suited to immediately serve on the Supreme Court. He was confirmed to the D.C. Circuit and has served on that court for 19 years. He also was a federal prosecutor for the U.S. Attorney's Office under the George H.W. Bush administration and worked on the high-profile Oklahoma City bombing case. The announcement was made by the president today during a Rose Garden ceremony at the White House. Yesterday was Mini Super Tuesday, with 5 states voting in either the Republican and Democratic primary. The votes in Florida went to Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. With Trump winning the state, Florida native Marco Rubio dropped out of the race, leaving only Trump, Ted Cruz, and John Kasich in the Republican race. Kasich won in his home state of Ohio. Trump also won in Illinois, Missouri, and North Carolina. On the Democrat side, Hillary Clinton won North Carolina, Illinois, Missouri, and Ohio. The next presidential primaries take place on Tuesday, March 22nd in Arizona, Utah, and Idaho. Coming up next, Eric DeBerardine isn't with sports here on WYLN. Plus, Gary Perna is back in with a final look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
Watch Off the Beaten Path on WYLN TV 35 and discover the Pennsylvania you never knew existed.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. You're going to meet Joe, whose very busy, very active lifestyle was cut short by a fall at work. He suffered in silence until a little help and a little encouragement from a loved one convinced him to see Dr. John. He's feeling so much better. He's going to share his story this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. Join us.
Hershey Kisses rained down on the Martz Hall floor Tuesday night, but they were thrown in the direction of Lourdes girls basketball, who secured a spot in Saturday's state championship in Hershey. Meanwhile, Mahanoy patiently waited to shake hands. The magical run through districts and states came to an end for the Lady Bears in the Single A semifinals. The furthest the school has made it since 1998. The Red Raiders jumped out to a 10-0 advantage, and from there, it seemed like Mahanoy never really had a shot, ultimately falling 44-25. The Lady Bears will lose 3 key seniors, Laura Bisco, Kiera Van Horn, and Kelsey Conroy, but they will return talent that could help them return to this stage.
Yeah, saying goodbye to the seniors is tough. The 3 of them have done everything. They've been the backbone for this program for me for 2 years now. It's been 6 weeks of practice. 6 extra, like they always hear the bowl coaches say, how important those are. I mean, this team, we have 9 freshmen, okay? And some of them, they're ready to play. It's you know, the future's bright. But, you know, today it's about this team and the seniors, really.
So to wrap up the season, we have the final edition of our Power Rankings, trying to avoid recency bias, but also considering that the playoffs do matter. Here's the final top 7. Boys Hoops, Berwick, changing the perception of the program, advancing to the state playoffs for the first time in 36 years. Blue Mountain, 7 losses on the season, but 4 of them came to Pottsville. The Eagles good, but just matched up with better when it counted. Minersville, a district champion and impressive showing in the states even without their starting point guard. Shenandoah Valley wowed with 2 state playoff upsets. making it the furthest of any Blue Devils team since 1977, and they should be just as good, if not better, next year. Hazleton, the only team on this list that didn't make it to states, coming up short of a district championship, but they did win the Wyoming Valley Conference title. If we erase December, Meyer is probably the best team around, but Pottsville once again ends the season with only one loss. The Tide can't seem to get over the hump in states, but just great up until March. And the girls' rankings, the Lady Tide promising under first-year coach Kurt Ziegmach. Nanticoke, dynamic up until late February, but they return a lot of talent. Marian Catholic, consistently good throughout the year, but failed to reach states. Mahanoy, as you just saw, made it deeper than any other local team. Holy Redeemer with a terrific senior class that made it back to the state Elite 8 and nearly beat defending champ New Magaretti. Hazleton, undersized but not lacking in many other areas. The Lady Cougars with a fantastic championship campaign. And number 1 is Minersville, who lost for the first time to Goretti. The Lady Miners with no seniors and should compete for state title again next year. So the madness over for local high schools. Tomorrow, the madness officially begins in college hoops. And we want you to join the WYLN Sports March Madness Bracket Challenge to see how your picks stack up against ours and our viewers. Here's what you have to do. Go to ESPN.com, search Tournament Challenge, and then you search WYLN TV Sports. And then just pick your perfect bracket. The deadline is noon on Thursday, and you can also visit our Facebook page at WYLN Pressbox for the link. Stay tuned. Coming up, Gary Perna is in with a final look at the forecast.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road, Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicapped accessible with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. There are packages available to fit anyone's budget, restaurant and catering on site. Our facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor and private parties. Call 570-384-2314.
All right, welcome back. Let's take a look at your overnight conditions tonight. Not looking too bad. Wilkes-Barre 40. We got a 39 out there in Mount Pocono. Allentown coming at 38. Not looking too bad out there tonight if you're traveling anywhere. Tomorrow, though, there's a chance of some rain still lingering around. Can't rule anything out. 59 for high in Wilkes-Barre. We'll get to about 57 here in Hazleton. Selinsgrove at 60, Williamsport 59, but not looking too bad as we get into our Thursday. One more day closer to the weekend. Your 7-day forecast here in WYLN looks like this. Thursday, 57. See some rain. Friday, we're throwing in there a chance of some snow flurries. Probably earlier in the morning, you may see one or two. Don't be surprised if you see some like frost on your windshield, though, going out in the morning ahead to work. 44 of a high. 39, though, on Saturday. But you got that nice shining sun on Saturday. Not looking too bad. Sunday, though, looks like it may be a washout. That still could change. We are more than 72 hours away, so there's always that chance of that changing. Of course, we can never be exactly 100% always on the dot when it comes to that far out. But, hey, we'll take what we got, even if Saturday is going to be a little cold and not too bad. So you may be able to get out there and do something, walk the dogs, maybe,
yeah, it's still bright and sunny out, so that's all that matters. You have that day of flurries. Mm-hmm. A nice day, 39 degrees, still not below freezing.
Hey, as long as we stay above 32, I'm happy at this point in time.
That's true. That's all that matters. Last night, heartbreaker for Monterey area.
Yeah, but pretty amazing for them to get to the Final Four. Anytime you say Final Four, one of the Final Four teams left still playing, it's great. So the furthest they got since 1998. Great season for the Lady Bears.
Yeah, a lot of great teams here in our area going far
this year. Yeah, but
now
winter sports almost officially over. We got swimming coming up in the next coming days, but nice to see some of that forecast because I'll start to head outside now for all spring sports.
Yeah, that's exciting. I know you like some of those baseball, heading out for those soccer games.
As long as like Carrie said, above 32, above 42 is nice for those games.
But at least you have one day. I was telling Joe yesterday, as long as we have one day during the weekend where the sun's out, that's all that matters because, why not? But flurries Friday, huh?
It's a possibility in the morning, I think, because just how cold it's going to be Thursday night and a Friday, but nothing to worry about. You don't be getting the snow plows ready or nothing. We're not sounding alarms. It will be nice as we go through Friday, but hey, it is what it is. We're Northeast PA March.
You heard it here. Have a good night.